Goodness. Well, it's been a while, but it's time to get back into the Group A showcase stuff. Yeah, this is going to be fun. It's been a while since the last one of these because I've been busy. I was moving, but I'm pretty much settled now, so I figured it was a good time to get into this. Yeah, just gotta go ahead and share this stream in all the right places, i.e. Discord. Then we should be good to get into the part 3 of the showcase stuff. So hopefully I can explain clearly what I'm doing, but just give me a minute here to figure it out. There we go. Stream is healthy. All good in the hood. Perfect. Yeah, so basically what's going on is I cannot see the chat very well, but we're capping off the, hey Cinnamon Roll, how's it going? I definitely need a better mic situation. So pardon me for just a moment. That might sound horrendous. Definitely sounds terrible whenever it does stuff like that. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Basically, what's going on today is I'm going to try to finish up the last few cars. There's more than a few in the showcase. It's been, since I last streamed, I think it's been like... Actually, I should probably check for an especially accurate estimate, but it's been a while since the last one of these. And I've been very eager to finish this off because I've been keeping everybody waiting, and I just don't like doing that, so I want to get it done. But the last stream was a month ago, according to this. Specifically, and I'm going to end up listening to my own voice, June 2nd. Ouch. It's been a month and a half since the last one of these. Which is too much. It's too long. But yeah. So I was moving. I'm in my new place right now. The window is open, and we just so happen to have a train line very close by. So every once in a while, we'll get a little bit of a train horn here and there, depending on which train it is. There's actually a train track in front of me. Which is like a triple line, and then there's another one that is running across the island that I live on, because yes, I live on an island now, as weird as that is. But yeah, I'm excited to get back into this. So the scoreboard looks a little bit different. Basically what I did was I just added some conditional formatting in this is docs, so basically just made it so that things are glowing in the colors that they should be. So we have first place here with 43 seconds. These slug summoners, this is the fastest car so far, and then I believe second is here. So basically the darker the green, the higher the place. So this one's first, this one's second, and then third I think is that one, 44 seconds. And then I also have created a total score thing. It says false in here, but that's just because there are a few things that they have no performance score, so I can't divide by 0. But basically that's what it's saying, so don't worry about that. Again, it's the same thing. The greener the text, the higher the place. But the formula is essentially the style score, which is the higher the better, divided by the performance score, which is the lower the better. So the higher this total score, the higher the score overall. The current winners of the challenge, obviously we still have a few falses to clean up here. Ideally we want to get rid of everything that says false. Is this car right here, the Streber Innova Family 2.0 Rally. See, it's not got the best time, 47 seconds, but it does have a very high style score with a decent time, and that's enough to win. You can see with the current first place in time, they had a much lower style score of 7.5 with a 43 second run, and that netted them 0.174 or like 17%. I should probably make that into a percentage. But that's the final score overall. That's not a bad score. Like, that's quite a good score. With 0.177 being, I think, third place. So this might even be fourth place. But basically, it rounds things out, so we have one number to compare with every car, and that way we have like a definitive, this car wins, this car loses, that type of thing. So hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, if the math is not mathing, then somebody let me know. I came up with this like 10 minutes ago. Basically, I just wanted to have something simple. So yeah. Thank you everybody for joining in. We got 11 people watching the stream, which is cool. It's a Monday night. I was trying to do this yesterday, but I ran out of time. So yeah, I think I've got to do a couple practice laps. Otherwise this is going to go very poorly because I'm on the Camus Wheel again. Links in the description. But it's been a while since I've used this. I've been using the Moza one for the very little time that I actually have to play games. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I might take off, I'm going to take off my glasses. I wear glasses permanently now, which is what happens when you get old. The screen is a little fuzzy, but it's all good. It just means my driving will be better when I can't see the hazards. That's probably a good idea. I like that kind of thinking, Rob. Time trials, it's a good thing I wrote which course it was at the top of the thing, otherwise I'd probably have forgotten because it's been a month and a half since the last one of these. I'm dying. Industrial site curved race circuit, it's this one. And we're doing one lap, yeah, okay. So that's the top time right there, and that is the top car right there as well. So we have a ton of stuff to base ourselves off of. I'm going to pick a non-van vehicle, but we'll go ahead and practice. Man, it feels kind of weird to like stream in this house, mostly just because all I've been doing so far is working. Somebody revving some kind of motorbike or something. The area that I live in is very... What's the right way to put it? It's very recreational. That's the best way to do it. So because I live on an island, I'm surrounded by water, and so obviously boats. Not that many boats because it's pretty shallow, but lots of boats, like small boats and fishing boats and stuff. Hey, welcome to the stream, Goofy and everybody else. But also in the winter it's going to be like snowmobiles, and there's a road nearby and people like to do burnouts on it, which I have not taken part in yet, but there's 11s all down this road, and you definitely hear the people doing it at night. But there's a really sweet like dirt bike trail, and there's a whole bunch of other fun stuff as well. So it's going to be good. I don't know why beamng just taking a while to load in today. Stuff is just not coming in quickly. Hopefully once it warms up it'll be better. But we just got to pause and wait for things to actually load up. Islands in Canada, yes. Yeah, no, there are a lot of islands in Canada. Canada, I think, is the country with the most fresh water on the earth. And we also have a ridiculous amount of islands, all freshwater islands. So the area that I live in, I believe it's known as the Land of 1,000 Lakes. There's lakes everywhere. You cannot go very far without running into another lake. It's just the way that it is. So yeah, it's mostly like the place that I live is mostly cottages, but there are a few people who live here year round, as I do. So it's going to be quiet in the winter. It's going to be nice. But anyway, I got to get practicing before I go too far here. We're not gonna be doing too hot. Last time I was able to manage a 47-second lap with this car. Oh man. Okay, so brake pedal and throttle pedal are not in a good spot, so we learned that very quickly. There we go. The Camus pedals like to slide around a little bit. They're just not heavy enough. They definitely need to be bolted down. But this setup is very temporary, so... Oh no, it's gonna be a rough night, isn't it? Oh yeah, so one of the things I was gonna tell you guys about is if you see me sweating at all during the stream, I am wearing a golf shirt, so hopefully it's not too noticeable. But we don't have air conditioning right now, so it is like ridiculously hot. Also, am I even like driving the course? I'm just like off and doing my own thing right now. It's okay, I want to attempt this section again. So it goes like this, where you wrap around really hard, and then left and first, just like that. Okay, alright, not too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, there we go. This is the only way I can see the chat. I have to move my mic. I'm gonna have to like make this setup better just because of how things have been going. It's like, I don't know. There's so much to do these days. What I'm doing now is I'm just gonna drive the track proper one more time with this car, just so I have a kind of baseline of what to expect. Third gear is not the right gear. This course is such a quick course, and I did that on purpose because I wanted to be able to finish these laps in like under a minute. So that's why everything is like 40 seconds. Okay, and we'll actually make a left here instead of trying to go right. There we go. One of the things I've been impressed by, I do remember from the last two parts of this, is, there we go, that's a 47-second run, so that is pretty close to what I was doing before, and I'm going to say that I'm probably ready to go. Let's do it. ZUU, that's the actual person's name, Aquila, there we go, M10 Rally. Canada is an interesting country. You don't hear a lot about us. Our population is small and our land is huge, but the defining features of the land are a lot of fun. When I was a kid, I badly wanted to live in the US just because everything in the US always seemed cooler. But these days I'm fine with where I am. Like, I'm happy to have grown up here. All right, let's get into the first contender. This one is made by Zoot23. The Aquila M10 Rally, definitely BMW inspired, just based on the livery alone, not even just the body, which makes it obvious. V10, 694.1 horsepower, 1,232 kilos, which is the minimum weight, 7.5 style score. I don't think I had the style score shown in the last couple streams, but for the sake of understanding the rest of the scores, I'm just going to leave it. This car is exceptionally loud, and it looks like it's all-wheel drive. Okay, good. Thank goodness. $12,000 RPM, I like it. You know, the US is not the only country with like political issues and stuff. We're also going through an election time right now, and it's the same thing, different country, right? Same stuff. There is no avoiding the division when it comes to policies and parties and everything. I don't talk about politics on the channel for a reason. I don't want to get into divisive topics because it just it just makes people defensive, no matter where you're from, what you're doing. That was actually a pretty darn clean lap. 44 seconds, holy smokes. That's pretty quick. I'm gonna write that one down. That felt really good, and actually it gets a green thing right there, so that pretty much... Is that 4th place? No, it's 3rd place. 3rd place overall in times. That thing is ridiculously quick. I don't even need to do a second run. Like, is just that fast. But unfortunately, style score 7.5 is not even close to our top contenders. Housing crisis, I see the message there. Holy smokes, man oh man, do you not want to live in any big cities in Canada if you are trying to buy a house? Just move into the middle of nowhere, like me. Move north, like go as far north as you can, like stand. That would be my suggestion. Stay away from Toronto, stay away from the GTA, which is like the greater Toronto area. I grew up there. It's nice, but it's busy and expensive. Stay away from any big cities, move into the middle of nowhere, and you can get your cheap land or whatever. Hopefully you can work from home. I don't, but hopefully you can. Pretty sure I picked the right car here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah, this should be it. Yeah, it says the Prima on the back. So this one is made by Chasm. I'm gonna get ready to have some bad pronunciations today. Prima GRA Cosworth Tarmac. I've cut off the names for the sake of making the text bigger. V8, 699 horsepower, 1,230 kilos, style score of 8. So I definitely like this one, and it's all-wheel drive, which is good. Very high potential to go fast. These high horsepower engines usually do very well in this series. If you haven't noticed though, I am trying to blitz through this a little bit. There are a couple cars that I have to re-export, so I might have to do those after the fact. If any of them are extremely competitive looking, then I might have to rename the winners, but I'm thinking that we'll probably be fine. Oh my goodness, this car is a handful. I'm thinking we'll probably be fine with what we have. This is a practice lap, because this is not going amazing. I'm curious to see what it'll do around some of the other corners here. Okay, come on now. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to get around the track cleanly. That corner is pretty good. Straight line speed is incredible, but gonna have to do better than that. Do I read chat? Yes, no, not always. I'm trying to drive. Don't look at your phone and drive. I see too many people doing that. It's so sketchy. Yeah, what I was saying before though is like, if you want to buy a house, you have to get yourself a small loan of $1 million Canadian dollars and pretty much hope and pray that something decent comes up that doesn't just get snatched up by people who want to become landlords. Like that's pretty much the way that it goes these days. One of my friends with a healthy budget was struggling immensely to find a home, and he ended up finding one, but it's super far away from his work. But that's the only way he was able to get a house is to move like a huge distance away from his job, which is unfortunate. But I also do the same thing. Like my commute to work is 40 minutes, but that's the only way that I was able to get the house that I wanted to get, and yeah, I think it's worthy trade-off. I don't like living in the city. So that one did a 46.5 something seconds. Not a bad score, very good style score, but not gonna be enough to come out on top. Let's continue. It's kind of cool. knowing the current winners, because now everything is compared to that. Oh boy, there is a lot of chat. You asked me if I'm reading it, and I am, but I'm missing like half of it. So sorry in advance. It's like the Discord 2.0. This is just like sparkling water, by the way. I'm not getting wasted here trying to get these cars done. So the driving should improve, not get worse. My window is partway open. If it was not partway open, we would be... I might be soaked without the AC. AC is coming in at the beginning of next month. They could not get in sooner than that. All right, this next car is created by Hirmiliani, the Conqueror Brick V6, 612 horsepower, 1230 kilos, 6.5 style score. It's kind of like a Lancer wagon a little bit, like a weirdly redesigned one with like Lexus front end. I like it though. Like, even though the 6.5 does not mean it's bad necessarily. This one being all-wheel drive. Let's go. Oh, quick. And no power steering from the feel of things. I think second gear is probably best. Whoa, very drifty. Okay, this is probably just a first run unless it ends up being super good. But yeah, dropping into first with this car is just not a thing. It doesn't need it. Oh, that was a bang. So you know how this showcase has been going on for like a very long time? I still have to do the video with Cone Dodger. I'm sorry, by the way, for the significant delay on things. I've just been way too busy, but we will actually do that at some point. Somehow we will coordinate a time to get us together to be able to do that. Oh my goodness. Come on. I just realized that my camera is actually blocking the pedals, so you can't see my inputs. That's probably for the better. One of the recent comments on the channel, because obviously I had checked comments even though I'm not posting as often these days, somebody was like, you call that light-footed? You had it at 100%. And that stuck with me now. I'm like, oh, maybe I should stop mashing the throttle every 3 seconds. Okay. I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to do that one better. 53.369. Very difficult to drive. But not terrible. We have seen worse. Up next, Toyota. Toyota Goofy. There we go. Picking out some of the stuff from the chat, can beamng actually teach you how to drive? Not really. Like, the reality is that driving is a full body sensation. So like when you're driving and you turn, you'll feel like yourself moving away from the turn. You're not going to get the full experience from playing a game. Like, playing with a wheel like this makes it a little bit more realistic, but you can only really get the idea of it when you actually have to go out and practice, I would say. And that goes for like pretty much everything. Simulations only say so much. There's always more variables in real life. Engineering is very specific for that. Like, the stuff that we do on AutoCAD does not always translate to the real world, unfortunately. Otherwise, everything would go perfect. Okay, this one is made by Florida Man, Toyota Goofy A86, i6, 388.4 horsepower, 3 words, numbers, 1261 kilos, 7.5 style, with a trailer hitch that is a Clover. I don't know what's going on. Rear and all. Nice. Let's give this one a shot. This one's got some bright lights on the front. Hopefully the driver of it can stay bright too. Massive understeer? That's understeer. Come on, mash the throttle until I fly off the track. Okay. One of the things for streaming purposes that is excellent about the Camus wheel is that the shifts are quiet. If you remember from, if you watched my video with the Moza wheel, the shifting is like bang, bang. It's nice, but it is loud for a stream. Okay, third gear is not necessary. First is too short. I think second is home plate on this car. Although I feel like it can come faster into a lot of these corners. Oh man. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I'll get another attempt. Is the wheel feels like it's turned? Yeah, it totally is. There we go. This wheel does center, but beamng does not do that for you immediately. There we go. There we go. Goodness. Considering this is the third attempt, I'm very eager to get this one through. Come on. Thinking about what I said before, there have been a few, I guess, exceptions to the idea that sim racing isn't necessarily the same as real driving. Obviously, it's not, but there are some people that go between them. Obviously, Jimmy is one. That guy in the Gran Turismo movie that I have not seen, I heard it wasn't very good, is one. But those guys also have a lot of physical experience too. It's not just like a direct correlation. Camus has only one decent wheel model. This one is the, let's say the C5 model. It's not the like fancy schmancy stuff. This one's decent. Like they sent it to me, so whatever I say, take it with a grain of salt. But this one's decent. Of the three wheels that I have this Camus one, C5. I have a Moza. It's over there. I can't even read that without my glasses on. R5, and then I also have a Logitech G29. The Moza one is best, then the Camus one, then the Logitech in that order. That movie was good. I haven't seen it. No way. Okay, we got one opinion. No, we got two opinions that say it's good. We got one person that says it's bad. I only like saw a review of it. I was not. I haven't actually watched it, so I can't form my own opinion. So this car is made by Valley 80 or 46. The Nissan Spaceline Evo 400 with an i6 400 horses nearly, 1,231 kilos, 8.5 style score, which is very high. I really love the way that this looks. This is an amazing livery on this car, and it's just a really good design. This is just a really nice one. So yeah, super high style score does generally mean a very good score overall. This one, hard to tell, but I think it's all-wheel. Yeah, it's got a front axle there, so it's all-wheel drive. Let's give it a go. Like, if you're not aware, doing these kind of liveries in automation is difficult. The way that they have it set up is just not particularly easy to make these kind of things. So, yeah, basically what I'm saying is anytime you see somebody have a really cool livery, you gotta give that one props. I feel like I can do this car a lot better than I'm doing it. I'm gonna go down into first. Yeah, first is actually useful on this car. And that was the brake instead of the throttle, and that was the throttle too hard. Okay, warm-up lap complete. And before they had 3D modeling in automation, like 3D fixture modeling, it was like work around city to try and get anything done. But the models and the cars that people have been building since that change have been way, way nicer. So yeah, I'm eagerly awaiting more stuff from the devs. I know that they're busy with their supercharger things, but hopefully we can get more designer stuff too. I'm always interested in seeing like more bodies in the game by default, more fixtures in the game by default, so you don't have to get a ton of mods. Wow, that is a really good time for this. 45 seconds. This might end up being... Yeah, that's the highest score so far. That is a 0.188 or like 19%, which is significantly higher than the previous winner. So yeah, this new, the Val E46 is currently in the lead. Nice. That's a really nice car. So I definitely am interested to take that one into the challenge with it's this one, Group A. Oh, my PC's getting hot. Oh, jeez. I'm definitely interested to take that into the challenge with Cone Dodger, which is the entire purpose of this, is selecting cars that I want to bring into it. I think I get 2, so we'll see. Top 2 cars are moving forward. Yeah, I do wish they would let us modify textures directly. I also wish that there was an like in-game livery maker so that you could just kind of like sketch out your own design and then it would put that as a texture on the car. I keep hearing that apparently that's like impossible based on the way that the engine is made, like the game engine. So don't hold your breath on that one, but I'm hoping for the best. I mean, you never know. The game keeps evolving, so it can get better and better, hopefully, over time. DHD has created for us the Ignigo Sultan Group A V8. This car is a V8 somehow. 304 or 380.6 horsepower, 1,328 kilos. 7 is the style score that I gave it. It's definitely got some Japanese flag stuff going on there, whether intentional or not. Is this the real life or is this just fantasy? Because this thing is rear-wheel drive. Yeah, it's rear-wheel drive V8. Little hatchback. Let's see how it rolls. This is going to be interesting. Oh my goodness, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so we're going to have to take it a little bit easier because it's going to just naturally want to do this. Yeah. Oh boy. Rear-wheel drive cars are pretty hard to tune. So I am usually a little bit scared of what's to come whenever we get into these ones. So if I give it too much gas, then it'll fly away. I definitely admire the boldness of taking what is an economy car body and making it a V8 and also rear-wheel drive in a rally spec challenge. Especially considering almost every other car is all-wheel drive. This is cool. So thank you, I appreciate it. Let's go down into first for this super tight corner. Second. Nah, second's all we need. First here. Actually down to first again, didn't need to shift. Okay, last corner. Fully matted. Okay. Scary. That was scary. 51.447. Not bad. Boy, you know it's a skill issue, okay? I am just absolute garbage. Fool. That's what I am. No, I did not mean to type that. Folky. Interesting. Man, whenever somebody says that they're like under the age of 25, I just assume that they are literal babies. I think that's just what happens when you get old. Like, I'll be 29 this year. That's like ancient. To my old self, I would look at that age and be like, man, this guy must be like retired by now. But that's just not how it works. Die to Live has created this, which is actually quite an interesting looking car and very highly rated on my scale. The Folky Zenit F92 in blue, all-wheel drive. It's got 682.3 horsepower. That's a lot. 1,239 kilos. Style score of 8. So very good chance for this one. Obviously, a higher style score, the better. This is a very nice looking car. And again, obviously, liveries, soft spot. Love the stripes. It's just really nice, really well done. So let's give it a go. Brakes. I need to be a little bit more oh, the turn-in is really good on this car. Yeah, this car is pretty wickedly quick. I don't think it has first place time in it for the track, but it's probably gonna be fairly close. Like, the thing is with that other car is it's super hard to beat that because it's such a high style score. Oh, it seems I am going to get another try. That wasn't gonna be a first place anyways, but I'm gonna give it a go. Oh yeah, talking more about ages, obviously, like, I am a father, so I have that dad mentality now. I'm just old, pretty much. That's the long and the short of it. I am sore. Like, I've been building a shed. I put a picture of it in the Discord, and it's almost done. But every day that I work on it, I come inside and I'm like dragging myself to the shower. Like, that's just what being old is all about. One of my friends who is 30, he told me, like, as soon as you hit 30, your back just gives out. Like, there's no avoiding it. I know that's not really true, but it feels like it, I think. 46.664, that's a pretty darn good score. 0.71. And the average, this should just be an average down here. Average. The fancy, there we go. So average is 0.146 roughly. So anything over that is a good score. Although I think that might include a bunch of, well, maybe not. There's something that's bringing down the averages quite significantly. Yeah, don't worry about that one. Go back and watch, I believe, stage 1 if you want to see what that one looked like. Next. Hawk. This one's cool. Your back's just starting to hurt. Yeah. I think it depends on your fitness level and how flexible you are. I'm not very flexible, like physically flexible, so I've been trying to work on that, and obviously the more flexible you are, generally the more durable you are as well. Like, that's why a lot of athletes do a lot of flexibility training, because then they can get hit and, like, I don't know, their arm twists in the wrong way and it doesn't break it just because they're kind of used to that movement. Okay, so next, this is a little bit of a lighter scroll. We've got a guy named Tony who is in the chat. I'm sorry in advance. Hawk Racing Division. Your car did really well in terms of style, and a lot of the ones that we're going to see coming up are like 7s, 8s, nothing lower than that. I was very generous towards the end. i5, 620 horses, all trapped in a package that weighs 1,231 kilos, which is a very high style score. And the file name thing, I think the file was like poorly named or something, so I took a while to find this. But I really do like the way that this car looks. Again, livery stuff, just extremely well done. And we have all-wheel drive. Let's go for it. 11k RPM, people taking full advantage of the restrictions, or lack thereof in terms of restrictions for that stuff. Synchronizer damage, that's what I like to see. Turbo lag, that's what I like to see. Oh man, this car is loud. I'm gonna go down into first, really hug that corner. Very stiff suspension. The Camus wheel that I have, the way I've set it up is very... Oh, darn. The way I've set it up is very, like, firm feeling, but it also gives a good, like, very solid road feel, which is really nice for this. It makes every car feel different as well, so I'm a big fan of that. That's something with the Moza wheel that I have not fine-tuned yet. That's the thing with like sim racing stuff, is just you gotta sit there for a couple hours and just figure it out. I do not have a couple hours these days. Not unless it's late in the evening like it is now. Okay, this time will be different. This time will be better because we are rounding the final corner and I'm hammering the throttle. Holy crap! That was a quick time. 43 seconds. 43 point... Oh, gee, too many numbers. 106 means that this car is first by a significant margin. That is the highest score by a lot. The second place is 0.188, and third place is up here, 0.1803. Very, very good. That is the fastest time. Yeah, it's the fastest time by 0.1 seconds, or a tenth of a second faster than anything else, and that is the highest score. So yeah, congratulations. That was a really good car. Super excited about that one. I think, like, basically of the top cars I've run so far, I'm down with any of them to run in the challenge that comes after this. So all of you guys are doing great at representing this channel with your cool cars, so thank you. It's only 9, we got time. Let's try to get through a few more of these. I hope to finish off the last, what is that, 5? Uh-oh. We got 5 cars. Let me load this up while I count. 5 cars, and then Goofies, which we already did, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 14 cars left, roughly. Hopefully we can get through this. There were 2 cars that I could not run due to issues, but I don't see them actually being able to win just based on power numbers and based on the style score. So I will run those, but I'll have to run them after the fact, because I'm not going to have time to export them tonight. I totally messed that up, so sorry boys. This one is made by Kirby the Terrorist, and it is the KAT Veal, or Veil. Veal. Oh man, the Meatsicle. Okay, i4, 434.7 horses, 1,231 kilos. Everything is 1,230 or 31. 8 is the style score. Again, all the rest of the cars are pretty much bangers. Like, this one looks like it's going to be all-wheel drive as well. Everybody did a really good job and then submitted it at the end of the challenge, apparently. Let's give it a go. See how it does. Man, it's going to be hard to beat 43.1. That is going to be tough. Wow, the gears are super, super short in this car. That is going to be tough to beat those. What I'm saying. For me as well, with my own personal, I want to beat my own scores feeling. Let's go into second here. This car actually handles pretty decent. The gearing is like super, super short. I think that might be a problem. It's too short for the track, but it's still going to come out with a really good time. That's 44 something. 44.8. That felt pretty good. I'm gonna stick with that. And a decent score overall too. Nice. And on to the next one. The Ministry of Funny Accents is here. Man, oh man. I said before that it's hot and no AC. I am sweating, but you can't see it. I'm working hard, boys. This wheel is fighting me the whole time, even though I'm the one who made it do that. Next month, things are going to get better. We'll finally get heat pump. It's going to be good. So this one is made by Galenzo 13. It is the GML Montagna Evo Tarmac. Cool looking car, I think. All white, but nice livery. Again, the two-tone. I'm apparently a sucker for two-tone stuff. This one being a V8 with 506 horses, 1,234 kilos. All-wheel drive. It's gonna be good. Montana or Montagna? Yeah, I think the G is probably silent. You're right. Whoa, it's tough. Okay, so with the way that this is geared, if you mash it in that corner, it will throw itself into a barrier. I'm going to assume that that applies to all corners, and I'm going to have to take it easy. And probably not go lower than third, or second. Hard on the brakes, going to break my rule immediately. Ooh. So you've probably seen those memes before of like streamer rooms, how everything is like super messy on the sides of the room. And it's like just out of frame. There's like 20 McDonald's bags or something like that. That's kind of how it is right now with this room that I'm in. Just off to the side of the stream is a pile of boxes I have yet to take apart. So, it's not quite McDonald's level yet, but we're getting there. This one is Lord. Oh, a wagon. Let's do it. Oh, man. Whew. So how are things going for you guys? I've been so busy that I just haven't had any time to really think about like other stuff that's going on. It's mostly just like work, house stuff, sleep, and obviously like family things mixed in there with no time for YouTube and no time for fun. Like I was playing through Yakuza Like a Dragon before we moved. Have not touched it in like 2 months because I've been too busy. But I'm hoping to get back into it this winter when I can't go outside as much. Or maybe I'll get a snowmobile and then give up video games forever. Okay, this one is made by, just call me Kraken. It is the Lord Wandeo MK2 Tournier with Golf headlights on it. So this one's an i6 with 655 horses, 1230 minimum weight. Please enter from the front past 7 p.m. Okay, they have all the stats written on the back of the car, including its length, width, and height, which is really funny. Looks like it's rear and all-wheel drive. Let's give this one a go. Sounds pretty good. Somebody asking, guest man asking what PC I'm using. My PC is custom, and if you want to see its full stats, you just have to read it in the... Ooh, this car is an interesting steering feel. You'll just have to read it in the description, or in my About page on YouTube. This car is going to be interesting on the track. It's got a very, like, heavy steering feel to it. I think that the way, like, the option that you choose, whether or not you give your car power steering, actually does matter now in beamng. Although all these cars were exported a while ago, so who's to say? That's not bad. 45 something seconds on the first lap. I think I'm gonna take that. 45.698. Yeah, it's not bad at all. That's a cool car. On to the next. We've got Hingle. Hingeldorf. Let's do it. Oh, man. Oh, I just saw your message from a while ago, Ikai. A car with an 8 style score needs to be 3 seconds faster than a car with a 0 or an 8.5 style score. So theoretically, the way that we can think about that, if that truly is the case, then every 0.5 style score counts for 3 seconds of time, which is an interesting way to measure it. So this car, as an example, has a 5. So I guess, like, between 5 and 8, that's 3, so 3 times 3, what's that, 9 seconds faster it has to be? Something like that, than a car with an 8 score? It'd have to be 12 seconds faster than an 8.5. That's an interesting metric, actually. I kind of like that I've got it set up like that. That's cool. Yeah, so you can probably see why I gave this car a 5. It's not great. This one's made by Balby3206. Hingeldorf V2 i4, 645.8 horsepower, 1251 kilos, style score 5. Like I said, probably all-wheel drive, yes. This one just looks like they slapped a whole bunch of stuff on it, but you know, it could also be like ridiculously quick, and there's only really one way to find out, and it actually does feel pretty darn quick. But it's got a tough deficit if it wants to come first based on the style score alone, potentially needing approximately 12 seconds to to make up the difference between it and the top score, which is impossible. I don't think that's even remotely possible to do. But for these lower effort cars, it's not that I don't care, it's more just like my care level represents the same care level that the person who designed it did. Obviously, I'll do a second run though. It's a V2 for a reason. I think at this point we're kind of just hunting for anything that could potentially dethrone the current winner, which is going to be tough because that is a high style score and a very high, or very good, and in fact low time. Whoa, that's a hit. See, when I was originally grading these cars, I did it fairly quickly. I wasn't considering the possibility of combining scores and stuff, so having that in my mind, I'm going to have to do things a little bit differently next time. That's not too slow, actually, 48 seconds. But like looking at the score of this one, it's going to be very bad because even though it got an okay time, 0.1, like that's half of the score of that other one that was quite good. So yeah, that's not great. But it really just shows how much the style score changes things, and the style score is disproportionately weighted. So I don't know. It's kind of an interesting way to think about it. Do we think he'll get to the bottom this stream? I pray, but that is the plan. I want to finish this. I think we only have, what's this? There's one here, which we're currently loading. Then 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the bottom. So we have 10 cars, including this one left. I think that's pretty doable in the next half hour. Like, that's pretty much my game plan. I'm hoping to be done before 10 o'clock, which is 45 minutes from now, my time. So this one's made by Mike. It is a VMC Ulta Vista Sxi, or L lowercase, probably I. This one did okay in the style, no livery or anything like that, 7.5. I like how simple it is. The doors are huge. I don't know how that happened, but it's kind of funny how it's set up like that. Weirdly disproportionate. Rear and all. By the way, V12, 729 horsepower. I think that's the most powerful car in the stream, maybe? 1,230 kilos. And it should be quick. It might not be controllable at all, but it should be quick. Oh my goodness, yeah. No, it's not slow. Like 730 horsepower plus all-wheel drive, even with a heavy V12 on the nose, is fast pretty much no matter what you do, unless the gear ratios were screwed, but they're not. It definitely has short ratios, but it's pretty well primed for this track. It's just that it fights like constantly. It does not want to stay in the angle that you put it in around the corners. 43 seconds. That's a quick time. 43 is very good. 435. Wow, that is third place in time alone, but unfortunately, again, because it's very heavily weighted, towards the style score. So this one is fast, but it's not very stylish in my very subjective from like 3 months ago opinion. So it's got a decent score overall, but not super heavy. I see your comment, and I just want to read that quick. Potentially you could change it so that the equation uses the difference between the average and the car's time instead of just the car's time. The difference between the average... Oh, I see. The difference between the average time and the car's time instead of just the car's time. That could be interesting. So it would then measure... I think it would end up being similar in terms of the score. But then the average time fluctuates every time we add in a new entry into the leaderboard, so... I don't know, we could try that one for fun. I think I'm going to stick with the division for now, and then I'll pull out my victors based on that score, and based on what I think is reasonable. But every car that's done well in both is doing well in the score, so I do think it's representative. Let's give it a shot with the Cosmo Cruiser GT. Where? Oh, yours is third last. So you've got a couple more minutes to go before yours comes up, Drake Turtle. It has gotten to the point where my hands are sticky because I'm sitting right next to a very hot PC, but that might actually be, there's a mosquito in here, that might actually be a good thing because now I'm gripping the wheel even harder. I got that extra like I don't know, grip because of moisture. I was gonna come up with a good way to say that and then just like shoom. Okay, Oil G4 Mur Gamer Cosmo Cruiser GT. It's a V6, 354.4 horses, 1314 kilos, not 40. 7 style score. Fairly basic livery, again using a body that I really like, but it has a funky rear bumper, which is cool. I like that tacked on addition, and the fender flares. This one being fairly quiet and all-wheel drive. Should be good. Oh boy. Okay, it's not... Whoa, okay, it's not great. And it skids like crazy when you're turning. That was with the throttle all the way down. It has really, really bad understeer. I think it might actually be the ESC that's killing the power and causing some of the problems. Because every time it chirps the tires, the ESC just cuts power and then we die. But yeah. Modern automation ESC, not terrible, but still can cause problems with certain setups. We are going to have to do a leisurely drive around the track to get a time for this car, unfortunately. There we go. Come on! Turn! There we go. Shaky hands. I was gonna go with okay. Let's just go into reverse. I'm reading chat and driving at the same time. I'm breaking my own rules. I was gonna say clammy hands. The more the clamminess, the better the grip on the fake leather steering wheel. Okay, 1 minute 14 probably? 13. So in seconds, that's 73.839, which is probably the lowest score yet. It's not a super bad car, it just doesn't drive very well, unfortunately. BMC Commodore. Representing all of Australia here. Oh, maybe not all, but just most. Most of Australia. It's not a very big population. Just smaller than Canada, I believe. Okay, the game almost crashed. That was spooky. This is not a bubbly advertisement, but reach out, please, bubbly. I need more liquid. I'm dying here, please. Yeah, the Susmobile was slower, but the score, the score on that one is like. Anyways, this one's made by Po'boy 07 BMC Commodore VN V8. I guess it could be an i6, but I like a good V8 as much as the next guy. 415.6 horses, 1,230 kilos, 7 out of 10 style score is what I gave it. Probably all-wheel drive, which is weird for a Commodore. I like Commodores. I really want to go to Australia one day. My wife is deathly afraid of spiders. We probably will not be going to Australia one day. Oh, this thing is silent. Completely silent. Now, okay, a little bit of noise. I was gonna say, did somebody EV swap this without me knowing? Second gear. It's really hard to shift without, like, audible feedback. I find that in real life as well. When I was driving my Tiburon to work every day, which was a few years ago now, if I folded down the back seats to be able to get a better hear or a better listen on the exhaust note, I found that my shifting was actually better. That is 49, 48, 49. Not terrible. Not bad at all. Considering the average time is still 50 seconds, anything under that is still good. This one with a big chin on it. Make sure to drive yours fast. Well, yours is next. I'm trying to do the best that I can do with these cars, so it doesn't always work out, but I will do my best. We do have a couple hard hitters coming up here, including some people who have won previous showcases, and names that I recognize from the Discord as people who have been there for a long time. This one is made by PDK Saurus, the Meatsicle with an i6. This one has 510 horsepower with 1,239 kilos of weight. I gave it an 8 score, even though the thing is like poop brown for some reason, and also chrome septic tank brown. I think it's hilarious, and also all this stuff on it. I believe a lot of these are custom symbols, which is cool. So let's send this one to see how it does. Just double checking, it's probably all-wheel drive. That looks like a transfer case, and yeah, it's all-wheel drive. Let's give it a go. I'm getting scared. Like, we only have, what's this, 7 cars left? I'm nervous because things can happen in the last bit of the showcase. Yeah, this car is quick, and I will have to... The brakes are super strong as well. I'll have to be careful. Ooh, that's quick. Second gear, no fear. Oh my goodness, lots of fear actually. The brakes are so strong on this car that I have to be very, very careful. I feel like I can do better. Wow, that is so quick. That's the fastest time, 42 seconds, 42.592. With a ridiculously bad start as well. That is a very fast car. And so excellent job. Goodness, that was a scruffy run, but because it ended up with such a good time, I don't want to jinx it. Next one, you know who it is, BMW stuff coming through. Let's give it a go. So, because of the style score, as we previously figured out, that's only a 0.188. Again, only. That's not a bad score at all. That's a very high score. But because of the style, if this was an 8.5, then it would be higher than the other one. But because it's only an 8, it's just a little bit lower. It's very weird to think about things that way. It's just math, but I try not to let that get to my head. So this one is made by Ikai Min, beamng.drive, E36, V10, interesting, getting boring from the more modern M5s, nearly 700 horsepower, minimum weight, score of 8. This one has to do very well in the time to actually win. I like how it says fix your rules, group A isn't 700 horsepower. Why are we selling race cars? And then, oh, you're super rude with this one. So nasty. Here's the thing though, good advertisement for user challenges. I already saw all this stuff before, don't worry. Again, if you don't like the showcases that I do, As you can see here, this one is infinitely greater than the one I made up with the Cone Dodger. It was a team effort. Go and make your own better one in the user challenges thing. People are doing it all the time. That's what it's there for. Make your own showcases, and hopefully some people participate. That's pretty much the idea. So this thing has nearly 700 horsepower as advertised. It could be too much for you. Let's find out. Again, super strong brakes, very fast turn in. I expect nothing less. If you tested it on this course, second gear is definitely home. I don't think that corner is a little bit slow in the second. Oh no! Basically stopped there. That was ridiculously bad. Well, I'm gonna get a second attempt. Yeah, this car is probably the fastest car I've driven today. And that is saying something considering we have cracked the top time already. Just means focus and determination are required. I agree that maybe some more engine restrictions would have been good, but it's too late now. It's far too late with what people have come up with. Gonna be second gear here, not working it too hard. Holy smokes! Boys, that is in the 30s. 39 seconds. 39.294. That's currently first place. No way, the prediction was there. It has to be 3 seconds faster than the previous winner. And it was indeed 3 seconds faster than the previous winner in order to make that happen. So apologies to a guy named Tony. Your car is still excellent, but we now have a current leader. Although there are 2 potential cars that could dethrone it coming up, so get ready. You're still in second place, so keep that in mind, Tony, so don't worry about it. Second place is still super good because this challenge kind of has 2 winners, I believe, because I'm pretty sure I get to take 2 cars. And I see the stream is stuttering a little bit, but yikes, that is a absolutely wicked run. And I would be happy to run that in the challenge with Cone Dodger, especially with the user challenges thing. So that's going to be really fun. Next up is another one of the people who tend to make very, very good cars. This one is the Renton CR200. My PC is screaming and it is putting out more heat than my actual heat does. Not saying we need any more. That is probably like 29 degrees in this room right now, even with the window cracked. So, showcase newcomers. I've been doing this for a while. Like I've done a ton of these showcases, and there are always a few people that stand out above the rest. They enter into every showcase, and their cars are just top tier. Obviously, we just ran one of them. Sure as can be always puts in a crazy effort, and there is no exception because this is the car that is on the thumbnail for all 3 of the streams for a reason. I think this is my favorite designed car of the entire showcase. Just beautifully done. Excellent livery, like just beautiful colors, two-tone. I don't know. This stuff is just cool, so yeah, I'm always happy to run these cars, especially these high-effort ones. So like I said before, this one is made by Sure As Can Be, the Renton CR200 GT i4, 506 horsepower, 1,259 kilos. I almost want to say pound-feet of torque, but that would be insane. That's a diesel. 8.5 style score, and probably all-wheel drive. Usually these cars drive well too, so we'll see. I'm going to do my best, as I try to with each of these cars. It's hard to be extremely consistent, but yeah. It's funny that, oh wow, this car is going to take a second attempt, possibly. It's funny that we're in the situation that we're in, because the first place is definitely... Okay, I have to try that again. First place is still in contention because of these last two. If they get anything under 43, then that could be it for the leader. Like, it could end up being second place instead. Unless you still want me to change the way that the algorithm works. That might put you further down. I say algorithm very generously. It's literally just a division calculation with an if statement to try and rule out zeros that doesn't work. Okay, okay. It's not gonna do it, I don't think. No, it's not. That's 46 seconds from a fairly clean lap. That is not gonna take the crown. No need to worry. Don't hold your breath yet. This is a good car, though. I'm very pleased with that one, and just based on style score alone, like, obviously that's what I would choose for the challenge. But again, we got some really fun stuff coming up, because every car here is just a fun one. Yeah. We only got 4 left. We only got 4 cars left, and we still got a decent amount of time. I'm also getting emails that are extremely unimportant compared to this. Whew, boys, it is like, it's hot, but I also have a big piece of foam up against the window, so maybe that was my mistake. Let's do this one here, the DK, I'm gonna butcher this one, DKoshti Century Coupe R V8, almost 700 horses, just 16 less. Basically looks like a Mercedes, minimum weight 8.5 style. The reason I put this one at 8.5 style is because, and this is me speaking on behalf of myself from several months ago, I just really think that this fits that rally's like theme with the livery, with the lights, the way that the windows are going. Like, it's just, this one's just well done. The detail is all in the right place, and it just came out super nice with also a full interior. Super happy with this submission. So also the exhaust pipe, is that like a natural automation thing now to combine them like that? Probably. This car is rear engined. All-wheel drive. I see a drive shaft. Yeah, rear engine, all-wheel drive, or I guess mid rear engine. Almost 12,000 RPMs as well. Oh wow, the steering is strong. I think the problem with the car... Wow, yeah, okay. That is very, very rear engine style. It wants to throw the back end out because that's where all the weight is. I was going to say the problem with the last car before this one was that the steering just felt kind of like vague. Like I would turn and it wouldn't really turn. This car, very direct steering, like literally one-to-one input. But if you hit the gas after you steer, you'll just like flip immediately because of the way that the weight balance is. It's going over pretty much on every corner if you gun it out of the corner. Very quick car, just not the best for these sharp turns. Not confidence inspiring. Whoa. Okay, let's take it easy. I think I'm just gonna have to get this one through. Okay, we're gonna stay in second so that I don't accidentally honk the throttle and fly us out into the abyss. This corner is a problem, so I can't cut it too high, but I'm on 3 wheels through there. Again with the super sharp turns and just kind of throttle modulation. But this is the farthest I've got so far, so doing good. This car is wicked quick, so fast. Just very difficult. Oh, the wing actually moves as well. Oh, that's so cool. Whoa, no! Oh, one more. That was literally the last corner I turned on. Okay, this one again. Cut, run. No! Ah, man, I am not living up to the potential of this vehicle. Feels like it's got a lot more in the tank, and I just cannot get it through. But this is the most attempts out of anything so far today. And I screwed that up. There we go. I just wasn't sure if the wheel was like actually straight. It felt like it was off. Okay, 3 wheels. This time I won't roll, perhaps. Potentially. Come on. Okay, we just need to get one decent lap in with this one. Just one lap. I feel like if I got into an old Porsche and then attempted to run it, I would probably end up doing something similar where I just squeal the back end out at every single corner and fly off and crash and ruin somebody's $1 million car. Okay, 48 seconds with the scruffiest lap in history. Still a good time despite that. That car has a lot more in it. It's just very tough to drive. Okay, we're down to the last 3. And I know somebody's excited. P-R-O... Paragym? I missed the D in that. Prodigym? 3 cars left. 3 cars left. 3 cars left. Man, oh man, we might be advertising for the showcase, or for the user showcase stuff on the Discord, after all. BMW is going to make it through. And then a guy named Tony, you're still second place, so your Hawk racing car will be second from the looks of things. I don't think anything is better than that. Man, it's going to be good. I'm excited. I'm really excited to run the cars up against Cone Dodger. Anyway, talking about this third last car to run. This one is made by Happyinator, i.e. Drake Turtle. He's in the chat. Prodigym M Sil 80A i4 267 horsepower. 1,232 kilos. I give this one a 7, although it does have a livery. It's just not got a lot of design features on it. Sylvia. Alright, let's do it. Let's give this one a go. I think probably all-wheel drive. Yes, sir. Not a lot of power means that it's probably not going to be competitive with the cars that we've been running that are up in the 600s and 700s. But sometimes power is not necessary and smoothness is what you want. Not always, but around this track, smoothness does tend to win out, although power is definitely a gain, especially in these straight sections with the jump, and acceleration is probably more important than anything. I was thinking about the car we just ran before, where it's like so thoroughly detailed, just a ridiculous design, but it's fatally flawed, like on a fundamental level, which is sad. But Drake Turtle, I just got a 48 even with your car, 48 nothing else. I think that's actually pretty good. So thank you for your submission. This one is the Songretti Spaghetti. Man, oh man. There's 2 cars left. Admittedly, I have been worried about this. Like, I've been like, man, people expect me to get these things done, and I'm not done. So, it's good. I'm super happy to be finishing this up. And then we can move on to other stuff too. It's like moving past things that need to be finished. So this one is made by Butterfly, i.e. Brady. The Sangretti 664 RST in blue. Living the Countach life with the front wings there. This one is a B6, 634.1 horses, 1,232 kilos with an 8 rating. Boxer 6 in the rear. No drive shaft. Oh, actually there is a drive shaft. It just goes right through the body, which is excellent. So it is all-wheel drive. Good. All right, let's take this thing for a run. So much power, so much speed. It's actually got, 600 horsepower is probably the sweet spot. One of the fun things about the showcases is going through the stats at the end and being like, hey, this car did better than this car because this car had more power or something like that. I mean, my numbers on the spreadsheet do not indicate the full story because some cars are great on paper and then drive like absolute garbage. But for the most part, you can see a direct correlation between horsepower, weight, and time, I would think. Oh my goodness, not slow at all. 42 seconds. 42, wow, that was quick. 42.369. Oh, that's third place, I think. That's third place, wow. We actually got a third place finisher right at the end. Man, oh man. Yeah, all the good scores for the score is all down at the bottom now. Like this one was fairly close, which is why I had it with an extra decimal point. Yeah, currently, yeah, there's two 188s and then one 189. Wow. Third place. Very nice, and I guess second fastest car overall as well. Very quick, and I feel like I am getting faster with time here, so these guys at the bottom do get an advantage. Yeah, that's a fun car. I really like the way it handles. All those wings might actually do something because it was on rails. Arkend Asteroid Group A is the final car to run in this showcase, at least on stream. I will get these other ones that didn't work. It might just be an exporting issue or something else. I have to re-export those two, and I'll update the spreadsheet when I do that at some point. But, well, my arm was stuck to the chair due to sweat. We are basically on the backstretch of this showcase, which is exciting. It is 9:45, so the timing is perfect. Like this could not have gone better. I'm super happy that that we finished this stream, and it's the first stream of the new house, which is just super exciting as well. I made a note on this car's thing that it has red wheels. I don't know if that was intentional, but it is hilarious. And I kind of just ignored the red wheels when I was giving it a rating. I give it an 8, just because of the detail, like the roll cage, full interior, just like a super nicely done car. Yeah, it's just nice. Like this car is just well done. I love the full gas station SO livery. Jackie Boy, thank you for sending this in. Arkend Asteroid Group A with a Boxer 6, probably in the back. No, it's in the front. Yeah, it's in the front. It looked like it could be in the back with the size of this tray. 566.4 horsepower, 1,242 kilos with a score of 8. An all-wheel drive. The engine's in the front, so yes, good. It would be pretty funny if it made red burnout smoke. I wish that was a thing. The red tires have grip. Oh, it's funny that it's missing a mirror on one side. That is some race car stuff right there. True simplicity. Tough to drive this one. ESC actually bringing it down a little bit, I think. It's cutting power around certain corners. I'm actually losing my voice too. This is the perfect time to end this stream. Okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go second. Drop down into first again. Come on. 45 seconds is our final time. 45.207. Boys, we did it. We actually finished a showcase. Oh my goodness. I'm going to turn off the car. I'm actually going to pause the game so it doesn't wiggle like that. Let me just do some quick readjustment of the stream overlay, because we kind of need to see this in its full extent to know what we're talking about here. That's too big. Okay. So this is the showcase scoreboard. If you haven't been looking at it, it is big on the screen now, so you should be able to see everything that we're talking about here. Popping everything back out, it passes rules and stuff. There's some hidden columns. But let's actually crown the victors of the stream here. And the victors of the showcase, it's all down at the bottom. The good scores are kind of down here, but we did get some good times at the beginning as well. So the highest style score is all tied here with the 8.5s. Nobody got higher than 8.5, so anytime you see an 8.5, that is somebody with a very good looking car. Just my opinion, subjective score. The times, average time was 49 seconds, so anybody who did better than that did good, so keep that in mind. With our fastest time going to Ikai Min, 39 seconds fastest time by a long shot as well, but that was needed because that was the only way to come in first with an 8 style score instead of an 8.5. So yeah, congratulations to Ikai. Thank you for submitting this car. This BMW is definitely going to be moving forwards into the next stage of this up against Cone Dodger. And then we also have, I think second place is still a guy named Tony right here. I can't even see what I'm doing right here with an 8.5, very high score and another really good time. Not the fastest time, but a very good time with a very good score. Just means it's good overall, and therefore it fits into this perfectly. I think second highest time, if we look for the greens, we got 42.37 and 42.59. So second place time is here, third place time is here for the like score on the track. That is less subjective but more based on just my driving. And then our score stuff, obviously best time wins. Ikai wins that, and again second place goes to a guy named Tony for the best overall score and time combined. So boys, it's been an awesome showcase. It's been a ton of fun to go through this, so congratulations to the winners. I think the next part of this is going to be a video instead of a stream, just because of the timing of things. I don't think we're going to be able to do a stream for it, but we'll see what Cone Dodger wants to do, see what kind of time we have. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and thank you to everybody who submitted a car to this challenge. If you don't feel that you got a good enough score or whatever, don't worry about it. It's all for fun anyways. At the end of the day, we're just having fun. So I appreciate this stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys can come up with on the next showcase as well. That's probably not going to be for a while. I got to cool down and get all this stuff done. That's on my to-do list. So yeah, it's going to be good. I'm super hyped for having this done. It feels good. Thank you everybody for joining me in the chat. Appreciate you guys a lot. Leave a like on this video if you liked it. Check out Camus if you want to see what wheel I'm using. They appreciate that. And yeah, look for more videos from me soon. So yeah, thank you everybody. See you guys again soon. I want to drag this ending out so the thing actually finishes. Congratulations to the winners. Yeah, good night, everybody. See you guys again, hopefully, hopefully soon. More beamng, more automation to come. Peace.